Welcome to The Profitable Cleaner, a podcast on commercial cleaning sales and entrepreneurship.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Profitable Cleaner podcast. I'm James Harper, and I am with a very special guest today, one of our partners and sponsors, Miss Florencia Tobar, the marketing director with Usource. Florencia, how's it going today? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here and talk about Usource. That's today's future of the facility maintenance industry.
Absolutely. I like how you put that. Today's future of the facility maintenance industry. Well, we're going to get into that. For those of you that haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe on the link below, whether that's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever, just so you don't miss an episode and an update. And massive shout out to all the listeners. Lately, we've been getting a ton of downloads and a ton of love. And it's thanks to people like you for wanting to learn from people like Florencia. So, Miss Florencia Tobar, let's just start here. Marketing director, Usource. We hear a lot of people talking about facility maintenance softwares, especially when it comes to commercial cleaning. Before we dive into like Usource and the product, why don't we learn a little bit about you? Like, tell us who Miss Florencia Tobar is.
Okay. Well, I am basically a marketing director right now. All my life, I've worked through marketing stuff, digital marketing, BTL marketing, and I'm really passionate about it and about communications, PR. I'm a really talkative person, so that's something like I've had since school. I'm a Salvadorian, really proud Salvadoran. Uh, and I'm really passionate about traveling. Like I love traveling around. It's either like through airplane, through like a road trip, whatever it takes me. Like I love traveling a lot and doing hikes in the outdoors.
Nice. I love that. And actually, Florencia and I had the chance to meet at our last Cleaning Profits event, which was September 2024. You flew out to Denver. You got to meet a lot of our listeners that are listening today, a lot of our community. Let's actually start there. So you attended Cleaning Profits. You were in Denver. I guess, what'd you kind of learn about the community? Because you got to see a lot of the facility maintenance, is specifically janitorial community, like up close in person. Like, what'd you just think of the people, the event, and what'd you learn from that experience?
I think what actually surprised me is how close the community is. Like, I understand totally whenever you get being foreign in a country, because a lot of them were Colombians, Mexicans, Salvadorians. I even found some Salvadorians. So it was really that connection, that bonding that the event has. Like, it actually surprised me a lot because it was a very closed you can feel the warmth of the people, like, and I love that, like how easy it was to talk to, how easy it was to connect with them. And your event, like the Profitable Cleaners event, it was a really nice space where you could connect, open up, and learn most of it, a lot about the industry. And I think that's something like it really took with me, like the way the community is, because you've seen other industries like the beauty industry, music industry, that they always have like this huge, like, I would say, I don't know how to say it even in English, but the idea like preconception, like preconceptions of how like it difficult it would be to thrive on it, and seeing like how the facility maintenance industry, specific like in cleaning industries, you can have that support, you can have that connection with people. And I mean, there's a market for everybody, so there's this really healthy like competitiveness among them, but on the way as well, like they can take your hand and help you. Hey, I can help you thrive in this, or I can help you with this. So seeing that, it was really surprising for me, actually.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think the janitorial space specifically it's a huge industry. Yeah, I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry and it's growing year over year. But when you actually dive into the people that like work and run the industry, it's like a big world, small community type of deal, right? And I think that's what's really cool about it. And if you're listening to this and you're wondering like, okay, how do I get more involved in the industry? My biggest thing to you is like connect with the players that we're bringing onto the show, become part of like these localized communities. Because there's like the big players out there. You have the ISSAs and the BSCAIs, which are important. You need those because, they set a standard and an expectation and give you a level of certification within the industry. But then how can you talk like business owner to business owner, CEO to CEO, and really start learning from your colleagues and peers, even if they are competitors? You hit it right on. Like there's a lot of competitors within this community and within like the rooms of the events that we do. But one thing you'll learn about the cleaning industry is like everyone has such a servant heart. And I think that's like really cool to see. So I'm glad that you got to experience some of that. It's funny because we're going to talk Usource today, but there was even like Usource competitors in those rooms, and it was all love. So no, I think that's really cool that you hit it off. You also went to ISSA this last year, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I got to experience like both sides, like seeing giants like Lysol, Torque, like I mean huge brands. But as you said, like the community is very welcoming, whether you're small, medium, or huge. Like either way, it's a really like healthy space.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Healthy space is a good label for it. Well, let's talk about what I know is on top of a lot of people's minds. If you're out there running a commercial cleaning industry, you're wondering, okay, how can I streamline my operations better? How can I manage my employees or sub contractors better? How can I keep better quality control, time and attendance? And I think there's an overwhelm in the industry. Like there's so much information out there, and there's so many different products and just systems and softwares to use that I believe a lot of people try a lot of things, but it's so overwhelming. They don't know like, is this the right solution for me? So before we like get into like the nuts and bolts of USource, maybe talk about like your journey to USource, like one, like how long you've been with the company, how you've seen it evolve, and let's just start there.
Sure. Actually, this is like my first time changing industries. Uh, Prior to USource, I used to work in agencies, and then I worked in a startup that was more focused into the e-commerce sector, and it was full retail. Like I came full from retail sales, stock of products, and managing like temporalities and all this type of marketing campaigns you can do on the retail area. And actually, my ex CEO is friends with our my now CEO, so my boss. Um, they were friends, and like this opportunity came up, and I was already eager to learn something different. Like I love challenges, and I love when it comes something that I don't know. I have this mantra that if it scares you, do it. Because it means you know how to do it. Exactly. So you get into this like survive mode, like I don't know how to say it, but it's like this survival mode on. And since you care, you're gonna start searching, you're gonna start learning, and you're gonna start thriving through it. So that's how I got into USource. Thanks to my ex-boss connections to my current boss connection. So I got into users about like 6, 7 months ago around. It was like in August of 2024. And it was like building everything from the ground up, like getting to know the brand, getting to know the industry. And since I'm Salvadorian, so I got to know more about how that works in United States. And it's a pretty huge market. Like it's huge. Like I had no idea whenever I started like reading papers, doing research. You said it, like it's a multi-billionaire company, like industries. It's huge. So it was a lot to take in. And now like we're starting like to build the whole users brand. We did a refreshment. We're changing the whole strategy. And I mean, it's a day by day thing. Like when it's a startup, like everything like evolves in such a quick way. Like one day you're one thing and then the next one is different. You have to see results, you have to see the lead conversion, you have to see the tone, the brand voice, how the market is responding. So you have to be really on top of everything. You have to start like doing your research daily, get to know the trends of your industry, of the facility maintenance industry, and how this works, how the dynamic goes. So it's been quite a journey. Like we're starting to seeing like a lot of results, like getting new clients, thriving to the ones we already had. So it's been quite a journey.
What's up, Profitable Cleaner listeners? Quick question for you. Are you using 5 to 7 different platforms just to manage the everyday operations of your commercial cleaning company? If so, let us help you consolidate that into one platform. Introducing you Usource. Go to usource.com, book your free demo today, and actually get started on your trial for 60 days. No charge for 60 days, all from time and attendance to reporting, vendor management, operations, sales. It's time you stop using 5 to 7 platforms and consolidate into one. So listeners, don't forget, go to usource.com and start your account today.
Yeah, and for those listening, you mentioned your current CEO, and that's Mr. Alex Melgar. Uh, big guest up on the show. I think Alex has actually been on the show now at least 2 times, maybe even three. He's done roundtables and speaking engagements at our events, so well known within the industry. And to kind of give some perspective, how USource kind of came about is there's a massive company in Houston called Ambassador Services, which Alex was a part of, and they just couldn't find a software that was able to support the level of operations that Ambassador had, like 1,800 employees, multi locations across not just the state of Texas, but the entire country. And they were like, we really need a solution that can fit our current existing client base at the scale that we have, and also be able to fit maybe a smaller client base with companies that we end up working and partnering with. So it's been a cool evolution for me from my standpoint, because I've known Alex for 3 years. He's been on the show for 3 years, to watch the evolution, like you said. And then the biggest thing, kind of going back to talking about software and startups, and I think any business owner can relate to this, is adaptability. Being able to adapt to the current market, the current changes. Why don't you give us just kind of the rundown for maybe those listening that don't know, although you guys are such a close friend of the show, kind of what USource is and what you guys do.
Sure. Users, basically, for those who don't know about us or haven't never heard about us, is this software designed specifically for the facility maintenance industry, as you said. It was Mr. Melgar's idea. He's very passionate about this. And whenever he didn't find the solution, he basically built his own. So that's why Users is this really robust software designed for this industry, because it's built based on his perspective and his needs, because he was so tired of using multiple platforms. He was tired of juggling multiple tasks at the same time. So that's why he came up with this idea of Usource, because it connects property managers or building managers with service providers. So Usource brings you the tools to help you simplify operations, reduce costs, and accelerate your business scale, basically. Usource will help you streamline all that management that you have of services, say, like you say, landscaping, cleaning, janitorial, HVAC. So it's basically whether you're looking to boost your property management, multiple vendors, multiple buildings, or you want to boost your business performance and focus on what really matters. That's that service excellence that usually service providers look for. Usource is your go-to platform, because it helps you. It empowers professionals to basically streamline their operations, save time, save money, and resources at the same time, all in one hub.
Yeah, I think that's really cool that you guys have been able to really kind of focus it down to one hub and be very intentional about it. From my vantage point, I think like the biggest gap in commercial cleaning is sometimes the work that you're performing for a client, and the client not necessarily understanding or knowing the value of the work that you're actually doing. So like I love the transparency effect that USource can bring. So like if you're listening right now and you have multi locations 3 times a week, like you know that your cleaners are in there, or at least hopefully should be doing their job, but you know that like maybe you could add more visibility to your client. Like, hey, do I actually know, or does my client actually know that my cleaners went in after 6 p.m. once you guys closed your doors and actually cleaned the 4 hallways and 2 bathrooms, whatever it is. I like the fact that you guys provide a platform to give transparency and reporting to the client, because I don't think that's like spoken about enough. People are like, okay, clean my building, clean my office, but if trash is still there in the morning, they're just going to assume that maybe you missed that 1% of the job on a random day. They're just going to assume that you're not doing your job. Maybe talk to me about some of the challenges you see commercial cleaning companies face, and kind of like the solution that Usource has been able to provide for those cleaning companies.
What's up, my profitable leaders? I know you're listening to this show because you want to stay informed and on top of your game. And I want to bring you something that is often overlooked, and that's how we mitigate risk and actually protect our business, whether that's with misclassification of our employees, contract litigation, immigration law, because we have people that work for us that are from other countries that maybe or maybe aren't misclassified. That's why we partnered with Campos Law. Campos Law is a humanized law firm, as I would put them. They are more than just expert attorneys. They're people looking to help people and business owners just like you. So when it comes to your contract setup, when it comes to your classification of your employees, when it comes to just protecting your business as a true asset, which it is why you should be talking with Campos Law. So for more information, click the link in these show notes and get a partner like Campos Law on your side.
Sure. Well, mostly the daily challenges that we usually look for is that if you're, for example, into commercial cleaning, and you're probably facing stuff like unorganized schedules leading to delays and miscommunications, difficulty improving the quality of your work to your clients, as you said, like sometimes you can just rely on, hey, yeah, on my word, I did it, but sometimes you didn't do it. How do you like track that, right? And also losing time on manual processes that can take away you from that actual service excellence we're looking for, right? So that's where Usource comes in. It's not just software, basically. It's like a productivity engine. Like it's this hub designed to streamline your operations, as I said before. And well, we can even dive into some few ways you can do it. We have the team attendance tracking. Like that's one of our client favorites feature, because it's one of the biggest financial leaks in the industry is this issue of ghost employees, and also the lack of real attendance control. So with Usource, that problem is eliminated. Managers can see real-time check-ins and outs, making sure your team can visualize that those logged hours for payroll accuracy. That's why we are slogan is see more and do more. Because whenever you get Usource, you get this huge vision of all your business, and will allow you to take better and smarter decisions based on information, based on your data. We have our RFG offense technology. This ensures that only employees who are only physically present can clock in and out. And here's how it works. For example, when an employee, let's say you have arrived to your designated area, you must manually clock in within the secure perimeter. And then you basically do your work. And after you do it, let's say you just forget to clock out. The system will automatically detect that when you leave that area, and it logs out for you, basically. And that information will get into your supervisors or your portal. So there's no manual action needed. That's one of our most attractive features, because you do it basically, you forget to clock out, and then you can have that. And it will give you this transparency that we're looking for, because it guarantees your accurate time tracking, eliminating payroll errors, and ensuring that your employees are paid correctly as well, based on the hours they worked. And that's pretty very it's a must for you to have. Also, in case of an emergency, for example, in this industry, I've noticed that this happens, and anywhere else too. You can't avoid those. So managers can have this real-time visibility into who's working, where and when, allowing you for faster responses and better security coordination. With this level, basically, of transparency, as we're talking about, finance teams can get full control over labor costs and avoid incorrect payments, while HR departments can efficiently manage overtime tracking and compliance. Basically, this translates into an easy operation management at your fingertips, having like real time communications, purchase orders if needed, inspections, or more. So this, it's just at the palm of your hand. Like we always have our phones on our hands. So
Yeah, totally.
in the palm
Totally.
of your hand.
You just used a term there that I've actually never heard, but it makes complete sense. And I want to talk about that a little bit more. You just used the term ghost employee. Talk to me what you mean by that. Let's dive into that a little bit.
Sure. Well, something I learned from this industry too is sometimes like you're not sure if your team is actually doing what you want them or what you ask them to do. And it's very common for, hey, yeah, I'm here already in my location and I will work from 8 to 5, for example. But I mean, you're not going to be behind all your team all day long. Like you have to run your business as well. So there's a lot of ghost employees amongst the industry. And Usource feature tackles that basically because it's a really friendly way for your team to get to know the platform and get to check in and out so you can have that peace of mind that your team is actually doing what they were tasked to do. Like have that sure that it's not just you're not based on hope. You're not based on hope. So you're actually have that visibility that, hey, James is right now on, I don't know, the Woodlands Park right now. So I have that. Like, I know what he's doing right now. And all my departments are synced in because all your information is logged into USource.
Yeah, for sure. I believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, Florencia, but there's like also like a team communication channel. Am I correct about that?
Yes, you can totally connect with your team directly. As I said, like you can even share a lot of information with your internal and external teams. This helps a lot when it comes for quality control and inspections. Instead of relying in trust and hope, users gives you real proof. Users gives you the tools for you to do it. This inspection tool we have allows you to create inspections either by projects or by buildings that you have, or by clients. Like it depends how you want to organize it. You can upload pictures, documents, share, as I said, with your internal and external teams, and having this real time communication. For example, hey, we need more bleach, for example, or this window got broken. How can we fix it? Have those purchase orders done in on site.
What's up, my profitable cleaners? Listen, you guys know that running a cleaning business isn't just about cleaning. It's about growth, trust, building a legacy, and making true impact. That's where Swept comes in. With Swept, it's simple, powerful. It's an app that you can track your cleaner attendance with geofence clock-ins, streamlined processes, team communication, and save hours on payroll. It's the ultimate tool designed specifically for janitorial businesses just like yours. Take control, save time, focus on what matters most, growing your business and spending time with your family. Swept, clean better, grow faster. If you guys are interested in Swept, click the link below in the show notes and partner with one of the best in the industry.
Okay, nice. So there's a way to like kind of track, not just track your supplies, but also like request more supplies per location
That's
within the platform. I think that's powerful, especially like if you have like whether you do or don't right now, if you're listening, have a big account or a multi-location account, like that account will happen. So like if you're thinking like, okay, that sounds good, but I don't have a multi-location account currently, just wait. A deal will fall on your lap to where you're going to get a multi-location account or multiple full-time day porters within an account to where you're like, okay, how am I actually tracking my inventory and my supplies? And then if you currently do, you already know that this is a challenge, right? So like, um, that's interesting that you can go ahead and upload basically your supply list and your supply chain per location, and then just kind of track the inventory as it comes and goes.
And it can be challenging, like shifting from what you used to do versus what
Mm,
you do
well
now.
said. Well
And
said.
And don't be afraid. I mean, we have our sales team that can actually support you in that. Like, there's no problem on doing that shift. Like, you can take that leap of faith. Right now, you can even get to explore the platform with 3 free users. And you can just play around with it. And in case you have any doubt, we have our specialized team, our agents that literally will take your hand and get with you to know the platform. Because whenever you have a lot of years working in the same way, you have this routine that you already know. But what if I told you, like, this tool will help you do 10 times faster what you did yesterday? So of course it's a tool, like, I think it's worth a try. It's worth for you to do the whole jump scare, like, just go through it, navigate amongst it, and see how well it fits for your business. Because in the end, as I said, like, you will be streamlining all your operations in just one hub. I mean, there's no need to purchase multiple platforms. Sometimes even they use WhatsApp or other platforms that are for project management platforms. Like, there's people that have told me, hey, I used to use Asana to assign my stuff or to manage all my buildings. Asana is a project management tool. Like, you can do all of that with Usource and have that connection. That's the valuable part as well of our platform, that you will connect building managers and service providers in one place. Like, you can either have your vendor or your client there, but you can also have your property manager in there or your property administrator there. So it's a very, as I said, probably could be scary for some of them, but there's another part of the audience that usually are really tech savvy and driven, and they're like, yeah, try it. But life's about change. Life's about change, and if you don't try, you will never know.
Yeah, totally. I think you hit on a few good points that I want to dive into there. Is like, yeah, breaking old habits. I think the worst thing like we can do in business, like the worst answer I hear from CEOs say, "Oh, that sounds great, but this is how we've always done it." And like the best leaders out there and the companies that win will always be looking to evolve and adapt new processes and systems. So I think breaking old and maybe even bad business habits. That we talk a lot about that on our show in general with different types of leaders in the industry, is like being able to break the barrier of bad habits within your business. It's huge. And then you had mentioned something, and I wasn't aware of this. You said, did I hear 3 free users? What was that?
Yes. Yes, you can actually sign in for 3 free users. After the fourth, you can, like, you're going to be billed, but you can try with 3 of your most important, for example, key collaborators in your company. You can totally explore it for free. It's just 1 year. And it gives you the time necessary for, if you say, hey, but I don't have time to explore it. Okay, you have 1 year. Just add those 3 free and explore the platform, because in the end, globalization doesn't stop. Like, technology right now, it's not going to, and we don't want to be left behind. So whenever you get into tech companies, as Usource, for example, that we're a software as a service, we're a SaaS company, we're in this constant evolution. And so you have to be, as a business owner, as a service provider, as a vendor, you have to be in constant like, do research. You have to get into this trend of technology, because it's not going to stop. And that probably a lot of people need to know, that even though you've done this for the past 15, 20 years this way, but the world has changed. It's not like it was 5 years ago. It wasn't even but it was 1 year ago. I mean, the world is really fast paced. So you
It's also not just about us as the company, right? It's also about our clients. Like, not only do we have to adapt as our company, our clients are adapting right now. Like, I can tell you, I just read a report that like property managers now, like, it was like 7 years ago, the average age of a property manager was like 45 to like 52. Now the current age of a property manager is literally 32 years old. So it's like that 32-year-old is doing business differently than your old contact Bob did 7 years ago, because Bob retired or is no longer there, right? So you have to adapt to like also your clients' preferences too. And I don't think we take that into consideration enough when we're talking about implementing new processes and systems in our business. It's like, yes, will this benefit our business? Of course, that's why we're doing it. But also, what's it going to look like to our clients? are we adapting and evolving and giving a better customer experience to our clients? So it's not just, the focus shouldn't just be on us. It should also be about who we're serving. And then the third piece to that is with our employees. What's the experience look like to our employees? We work our tail off trying to recruit the best people within our business. You better hope that you have a good onboarding system and tools in place to help your employees. So I think it's like really a 3-part gig, and that's crazy. The fact that you guys are offering 3 free users for a year, I mean, that should give us all confidence just to try something, right? I will tell you this, and maybe I should or should not say this on the show. One of our listeners actually reached out, and they were surprised with like actually how cheap the platform was. If I'm being honest, and I don't mean that in a bad way. We typically always hate to use the word cheap because it's a race to the bottom, but you guys, like, because this isn't your first rodeo, right? It's pretty cost effective. If someone's listening to this, Florencia, and they're like, okay, 3 free users, no strings attached, I don't even have to put in a credit card for 3 free users. Who would you recommend them like delegate access to? Would it be the owner? Would it be their account manager? Would it be like literally a cleaner? Like, who would, if someone's listening, they're like, okay, I could take a waiver on this. Who would you recommend that they put in the platform to like start utilizing it?
All right, I know you guys are wondering, how can we keep our cleaning crews engaged and informed, and it doesn't have to feel like a struggle? With Team Engine, you can now automate messages, update teams in real time, and bridge language gaps with their built-in AI-powered translations. Whether it's scheduling, last-minute changes, or sharing critical updates, Team Engine keeps your workforce connected and productive. Say goodbye to miscommunication and hello to smoother operations. Visit teamengine.io to get started today.
Since it's 3 free users, I mean, you get your own, since you're your owner, like the building owner, you can get also like either the supervisor or the vendor or the service provider, the one who supervises like your team's day-by-day operations. And you can give for example, one of your best collaborators, one of your best service providers. So there you get your 3 free users. Upload all the information to the account, and you can see how the supervisor can actually just see all the information, track all the operations of your service provider. So you can even have that all the information logged in, and you can start experience how your team can start basically scaling your business into doing everything faster, doing everything in a more optimized way using Usource. You get notifications on how like your team is doing, where are they doing, how the inspection went, if it passed, if it didn't. Oh, hey, I ran out of this product. Hey, the supervisor can put the purchase order and assign that task to the vendor, for example, and all the information, like your 3 core, let's say it's like your 3 MVPs, like your most valuable players of your company, in which you can give them like your trust so they can try this out and see how that can accelerate your business and scale it.
And this is done obviously on a computer and on your phone. Did I hear that right?
Yep. You can do it through your computer. The service provider will use his or her phone. Like, it's just so simple. As I said, like nowadays we always have our phone with us. So it's, of course, like the go-to tool for everything. So now it's your go-to tool for work as well.
Yeah,
So
for
it's just
sure. I won't lie. What's actually a funny story about that? This morning I went to the gym and I was like kind of like running late to begin with. I forgot my phone. And I was like, one, that sucks. I don't have time to like turn around and go grab my phone. Now I'm about to do a workout with like music, which okay, I can survive. So, but it was like the first time I forgot my phone, and who knows when, like how long. One, it was kind of nice. It was peaceful, so I recommend everyone disconnect. Take some time to be present with yourself. But two, it like also gave me the sense of like, holy cow, like I really utilize this as a tool, because immediately I knew like if I had a business meeting, thankfully I didn't. By the time I got out the gym, I'd be taking that from my phone, like literally on a Zoom call. So the fact that you guys are multi-faced is, I think, critical. And I'll tell you guys what too. Usource is now actually, I don't even know if you know this, Florencia, but Usource has been our longest lasting partner and sponsor of the show. They were number one of the show, and since then it's kind of cool to like watch like client, or I should say listener feedback on the platform. And I know like this last year you guys have really doubled down on customer experience. I think my last question for you might be is like, what's the onboard process look like? Like if someone's like, okay, cool, I'll try my 3 free users, but then I want to put in my 15, service providers or my 15 employees. Do you guys provide like an onboarding training? Like what's the user experience look like?
Yes, I mean, first of all, the app has had a lot of evolution because a lot of your listeners as well were like our first clients too. That's pretty like nice to have to see too, like that evolution. So they've seen that too. Like they've seen the upgrades we've done. They've seen the updates, like all the new features. So it's like they basically saw the baby grow. They saw that. And now the onboarding process, I mean, it's pretty easy. Like you just clicked on whatever social media post you can see, click the sign up button or the link. You can go to our website, you can go to our landing page or to a social media. Uh, Log in, like do your sign up, get all the information it has, and then you can book a demo with our sales team. We have a sales team dedicated for our clients. So whenever it comes with an onboarding process, like you can do it by yourself, or you can have assistance with that. Our customer success manager or our SDRs will be more than happy to help you uploading all that data. You can start with those 3 free users and start exploring the platform. Like that's like the easy way. Like you can just book a demo. We can help you directly. It's literally free. You don't have to pay for the demo, and it's really user friendly. Like you'll get to use it like in a really. It's very intuitive. So that's the easy. It's very intuitive, and you can get to try it. Just try it. Book the call. Our sales team will be happy to help you, and you'll see the difference.
I'll tell you what, guys, if you're listening right now and you're on the fence, click the link in the show notes below. I'll just make sure of it since you guys are avid listeners and we want to be connectors of the industry, that you guys have a great experience. I think the coolest thing about you guys is it's not like it's really taken a serving mentality for, like I said, 3 free users. You guys aren't there to really sell or anything like that. So yeah, book hit the link below, and I will personally make sure Usource takes care of you guys. And yeah, Florencia. Well, it's kind of nice to have. We've obviously had Mr. Melgar on this call before, but it's nice to hear a new perspective from someone who actually runs a lot of the vision and the marketing of the business. So I guess any final words, thoughts, jokes. The floor is yours, and then also we'll put Florencia's LinkedIn profile in the show notes. Always recommend our community to connect with other leaders in the industry like her. So the floor is yours, Miss Florencia.
Well, basically, if you're in the facility maintenance industry, because that's why you're in this podcast, and you're tired of juggling these inefficiencies, multiple platforms, and you want to be part of the bold, you want to be part of the people that are actually evolving, and in today's future, that's Usource. It's time to make the shift. Usource is your hub to connect, communicate, and collaborate. And if you want to learn more, you can totally visit our website, usource.com, or follow us on social media. In Instagram, we are at Usource Tech, and on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, we're just like Usource. You can look for us there. Reach out, and we'd love to show you how users can transform your business and your life.
Boom! Look at that, man. You weren't lying when you say you know the brand. It sounds like you must have had something done with creating it. So, Florencia, we'll have to have you back, especially here in the future, as the platform evolves, as you guys have grown. So, thank you so much, and until next time, we'll talk to you here soon.
Sure. Until next time, pleasure to be here.